Raider Nation, we are here, and we have a very special treat for you. We have Chris, 4 Raiders in the building, and we have our special guest, David Dunn, former tight end for the Oakland Raiders. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good,
you know what? Man, I wish I would have played top tight end. I was a receiver, kick returner. I wish they would have moved me to tight end the way these tight ends are moving today.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
No worries.
Yeah, so definitely like right now you're coaching, you know what I'm saying? Like tell us about what you got going on.
Oh man, it's after retiring from football, just got into coaching my son, and then started with the youth team, and then moved up to the high school level, and been at Lincoln High School for the past 18 years. Going on my 14th year as the head coach. Just great passion, man. Giving back to the community, giving back to the kids, having fun, teaching them the right way to do it.
Definitely so. Like, is it how'd you kind of transition to the coaching thing? Like, was this kind of always something you wanted to do?
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Normally a lot of times when guys are finished playing in the league, especially if you're not ready for the retirement part yet, you're still trying to figure it out. I just happened to I jumped in. My son didn't stay with me while I was playing ball, so got a chance for me to get out there and really work with him. And next thing you know, man, working with all his friends and the whole community. So it just kind of brought me right back into the football thing. And, I think I have a really good passion for it, and I got a knack for it. So it was like natural for me. And I've been in it ever since, man. I came in coaching. I was coaching the youth team, the 12 and 13-year-olds, and I was coaching the JV team and the varsity team. So, and I've been doing it ever since.
How does that make you feel coaching these kids up, like telling them what football, sports, camaraderie, how does it make you feel when you do that?
It makes me feel great, man. Everybody has their story, and that's what I tell these young men, is everybody has a story. And it depends on how you work, how hard you work, and how much you really put into it is what you're going to get out of it. But it's your own unique story. For me, I was one of those kids who didn't like school, and I didn't get to play until my senior year in high school. Even though I was one of the best kids on the campus, I didn't take my academics right. I didn't take my academics straight. So, what I do now is I really push the kids academically so that, they have the opportunity right off the back. Because when I did play my 1 year in high school, I put up 20, almost 30 touchdowns and made a bunch of noise. 6'3" wide receiver, 195 pounds, running the 4.5 40, and I drew the attention. But when the University of Miami came down to get me, I couldn't go because I didn't have no grades. So that's one of my passions right there. One of the first things I teach the kids is we're going to be student athletes, and I'm sure real proud of that, man, because my team averages a 3.2 GPA. And we just came off of our second state championship in 3 years, getting kids out to college at an alarming rate. Most kids in the city going out on scholarships is coming from Lincoln High School, San Diego.
Awesome. You say 6'3", 195. Can you play now today? Because we need a big receiver. Can you play today?
Right now, man, I'm being You know, you see me in person, people think I'm Warren Sapp.
Yeah, we need that too. So can you play now? Can we really sign you?
I'm more like a D tackle right now, brother.
Hey, we can use that too.
Like I said, we can use that too. So like you got to play on that 2001 team, which was special, but heartbreaking at the same time. You know,
Yes, indeed.
what was it like just coming? Like, if you want to talk about the transition from there, from the last team to the Raiders.
Oh yeah. I bounced around. I was drafted, of course, by Cincinnati and was there 3 years, a year with Pittsburgh and a year with Cleveland. And then coming over to Oakland, man, getting back on the West Coast was just, I couldn't wait to get back to the West Coast, man. And coming to an organization like the Raiders with all the history and tradition that goes along there was just amazing. It was just amazing, man. First year coming in playing with Tim Brown and Andre Rison. Then the second year is to Tim Brown and Jerry Rice, and who could ask for anything better, man? Great group of receiving core, guys that put up amazing numbers, some of the greatest guys that ever played the position, and just the knowledge you gained from, my locker was right in between there. So, I got a cool story. While I was playing junior college in Bakersfield, we had a celebrity softball game. And it was the Raiders and the 49ers was combined. And we were playing against them with our junior college team, Bakersfield Junior College, for a little charity softball game. And Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, I got a chance to meet them both when I was there. And I told them, I said, man, I'm going to be playing up there with y'all one day. And we had took a picture. And when Jerry Rice joined the team, I brought that picture into the locker room, and I said, remember this day? I was standing between them, and my locker was right between theirs, man. That was the coolest thing. Yeah.
That's full. That's what you call full circle right there. That's great. Yeah. Man. So how'd you feel? Actually, I know it was great playing, but those guys are definitely they are Hall of Famers. Regardless, they are Hall of Famers before they got in the Hall of Fame. How did it feel playing behind them or with them? Did you feel like this is it? This is a dream, or was it like?
Man, we of course always been a competitor. I'm ready to come in and compete at any time, and just knowing my role within the program, within the team, mainly a kick returner, punt returner, catching balls and catching across the middle, and playing with those guys, but. Just to have Tim Brown, invite us over every Wednesday and have dinner with him and his family, that was amazing. The knowledge of having Jerry Rice come on and, hey, try this stance, try this release, just the work ethic of going hard every single day, every play. I mean, the guy never cheated a rep at all. And I used to hear stories about it, but, you see it firsthand. He definitely commands the best out of everybody. So just watching that was just amazing. I tell my kids today, hey, I've worked with and trained with some of the best receivers ever played the game. And, the one thing that stood out is they always worked hard. They always were respectable gentlemen, but they also didn't take no mess, and they played hard. So, that's what I took from them is, and always giving game, even though we're I don't consider myself competing. They come in and I don't mind playing behind Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, so I'm playing alongside them. I'm just being in the same room. But just the respect, man, this was more so than anything of telling you what to do and showing you how to do it, and just kind of showing you the ropes and coaching you along the way. Not they never put themselves above nobody. They just, showed you the way, and that was amazing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any interactions with Al Davis while you were there?
With who?
With Al Davis.
Oh yeah, Coach Davis. Yes, indeed. Always knew when he was coming around, man. Everybody talks about, he had that cologne was real strong, and he comes out with his all white. And the thing about Coach Davis, he knew what everybody was doing. He watched film, so when he would come out to the field and practice field or stuff, he would He'll say something to you, and you'll know that he watched your film because he'll make a comment about something you did. Either the day before or a couple of days before, which that he's pretty much watching everything. But every interaction I had with Coach Davis, Mr. Davis, was always a great interaction. Game days and stuff like that. We come out on the field. He called me his tough physical return guy. So, like I said, you knew that he watched everything.
That's interesting how you call him Coach Davis when he's actually the owner. But you got to call him Coach because he's still coached you guys up, right?
Yeah, he still watches film. He talks to you about football. He make comments about something you did at practice or whether it was good or bad, and he lets you know. So just the respect level was always there.
Yeah,
definitely. Like when you were coming up, like who was your the player that made you want to play football the most? Like who'd you look up to?
It was actually it was Jerry Rice. Watching Jerry Rice at a young age, Jerry Rice and John Taylor, was huge for me. But then also, seeing guys like Cliff Branch and Lester Hayes and just all the greats, and then Marcus Allen being from San Diego as well, and a Lincoln High School alumni, which was always great. So just had a bunch of guys that that I was watching growing up was more so the 49ers because of the Rice and them thing, but I always had diehard Raider fans in the household.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like are you kind of into the college scene right now, like with the players?
I'm actually on a visit right now. I stepped away. Brought my son and my godson up here. I'm at the University of Oregon. That's why I'm peeking around the corner. I'm up here at the University of Oregon right now. I'm on an unofficial visit with a couple of guys.
Okay, hey, what's the scoop, man? We need some quarterback we good. We need some wide receivers. Does Oregon have anything that we could use in the wide receiver room?
Man, I mean, they had some guys that made a couple of big plays yesterday. I'm telling y'all, this made a sleeper. Coming up in the next couple of days, man, this kid Keyshawn Smith out of SMU. He's a guy that I coached before. Always, you get one of those kids, man, that right off the bat, this kid's going to play on Sunday. Myself, my assistant coach Jason Carter, he also played receiver in the league, and right off the bat, as soon as we got a hold of this kid, man, I said, "Oh, this kid is special." He's definitely going to play on Sundays. Catch radius is out of control. Speed, control, body control. I mean, everything about this kid is absolutely amazing. So I know I would love to see him in a Raider uniform. And Keyshawn Smith is definitely a guy that I would love to see in a Raider uniform.
Boy, he is now on everybody's radar now.
What?
Hey, man.
I didn't see him play.
He makes routine catches, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's like a guy make like a crazy type of catch every now and then. I mean, he does it all the time. He reminds me from the offensive side, just like a Travis Hunter. It's like identical. But anything that touches dude's hands, man, he catches it. It was absolutely crazy what he did for us in high school and led us to a state championship and, going on to the University of Miami and playing at Miami, then going over to SMU and playing at SMU. Just always, he makes the plays, man. So definitely a guy I would love to see in the Raider uniform.
And I seen him play in SMU, and they hadn't played in a championship game. And I like, who's this guy? I didn't know because I don't see SMU, but I say, who's this guy making these catches?
Yeah.
But the thing that boggles me is that you don't hear him about on the draft board, which is good.
Yeah.
He said sleeper.
Yeah, that was the thing. Later. I was like, sometimes you get in a place and you get you get caught up in the shuffle of the rotation of the receivers. But yeah, the kid he's the sleeper. Remember, I'm telling you right now, he's a sleeper. Whoever lands him is going to be very, very pleased.
Hope it's us.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Any other let me see, any quarterbacks stick out to you?
Oh man, of course, what Cam is doing out there. Cam Ward is just amazing what he's doing out there. Shador's doing his thing as well. My son played on the team with Dion and my nephew Herman Smith as well. Safety that's coming out from Colorado this year. Another solid young man, solid pick. But Shador's doing his thing, Cam's doing his thing. Of course, those are two names that stick out more than anything.
Definitely.
Anybody else besides those two? Because those two are the hot topic of the draft. So anybody else besides those two?
I really wasn't paying attention too much to a lot of the other guys, unfortunately. But they just stick out so much. I don't get to watch too much of the draft stuff.
Okay, I don't blame you. It's kind of hectic.
Drive you crazy, man.
Yes. So like you said, you went from the time in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Like in each place, can you tell me a lesson that you learned from each team, pretty much that you went to?
Being drafted into Cincinnati, of course, you learn football is definitely a business. You come in and you gotta maintain and do all the things that you're supposed to be doing, and excel at it. And so just knowing your playbook, knowing how to move on the field and off the field within the facilities, and we are building good relationships. Not only with your teammates but your coaches as well. Good fan base. I mean, Cincinnati was definitely cool. I appreciate them for drafting me in. My uncle used to play for him in '72.
We lost him. Salute to the people in the chat. Taylor A, Michael, Mark, Robert.
Sorry about that. I had a call trying to come in.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Okay.
No worries.
But yeah, moving on. Pittsburgh was very interesting. It has Pittsburgh has a definitely rich tradition as well. Rich tradition, winning tradition. I felt that right off the back when I got to Pittsburgh was that unfortunately when I got drafted by Cincinnati, we was hoping to win games. At Pittsburgh, you were expecting to win games and have a first round bye. And that was established from the moment you walked into the room. That's what they was about. We're going for this first round bye as we're getting into the playoffs. It was expected. My time with Cleveland was when they came back as the expansion team. So that was a crazy time.
Yeah, remember that.
That was a crazy time. That first year was kind of wild. But then coming into Oakland, man, was just like, they said a bunch of journeymen, some guys that bounced around for a while.
Yeah.
But when we came in, man, it was just like home because everybody was accepted for who they were. And we was expected to play, man. Play hard, and forget everybody else, man. It's all about what we doing now, and we taking no prisoners, and we not judging nobody, and let's go to work and kick some ass. And that's what I said. I love this place.
And that's what we talk about as you call him Coach Davis. So I'm gonna respect that, Coach Davis. That's how he was. He picked up guys off the waiver wire. Well, I don't know they had waiver wire then, but guys the other teams rejected. So he was like the orphanage for players that nobody wanted. He always took the best, and then, as you say, he made them the better. How did Coach Davis make you a better player when you was playing on that team?
Just giving us the opportunity, to hey, come out here and make a play. That's what it is. I'm not worried about nothing else. Come out here and make a play, and that's just the Raider way. We just didn't. Anybody that came in here or came into that black hole, man, came to that Raider Nation was we're not taking no prisoners. We're gonna whoop your ass one way or the other. And that's what I loved about it, was that whole mentality. We used to go. Me and Andre Rison used to go to this crab spot, man, down in Oakland. Older sister or older lady had owned it. And I never forget, man, we come in there on Wednesdays, and she brings us our food, and we talk for a minute, and she, hey, baby, y'all gonna win? Y'all gonna win this weekend? We said, yes, ma'am, we sure gonna try. She said, well, if y'all don't beat somebody's ass, we gonna whoop somebody's ass. and I loved it. I mean, I just loved that whole atmosphere, man. Like I said, make you want to go out and just play for the town, man. Everything about it, the grime, the grit. Oakland, all about it. I just loved it, man. We just get to go out and play.
Did you? I don't know if you remember a place. It was a barbecue place called Flint's. It's it's long gone now, but what I'm saying, like around that time, it would have been the spot if you had barbecue out there. Like fish was Dixon's Fish, and then back Flint's barbecue was the spot.
Is that the one down by Jack London Square?
No, it's Everson Jones. Okay. Yeah, but like if you like that, Flint's would blow the socks off that.
Yeah, because I used to live right down there in Jack London Square, so I used to, that's where I used to hang out.
Oh yeah, you had it good over there.
Oh yeah, man, down to Oak Tree and all that, man. I was down there getting it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, quick question: have you been to a Raider game this year or since they moved to Vegas? Have you been to one game or anything like that?
I have. I've been to. I've been to a couple of games out there. It's different. I
was going to ask you. I'm sorry. I didn't cut you off. That was the last part of the question.
It's different. Back in Oakland, man, it was just the intimidation factor of looking at the one way in, one way out. You got to come through. And everybody didn't want to do that.
That's what I was going to ask you. How the atmosphere feel?
Yeah, now it's
another call. Yeah, that's how the atmosphere felt because I never been to Oakland, but I've been to LA, but I never been to Oakland. So
I would say it was similar to LA because, like, I know the culture is, that's like our cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like a debate, that's our cousin. And that LA vibe. Because we take it serious. We serious about our teams. And like he said, like I like getting back to that mentality because most of the time back then it was like, yeah, we're gonna lose the game, but we're gonna win the fight. Like you don't want to celebrate till you get on the freeway. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it was.
Exactly. That's the attitude I think they're trying to bring back. Like, you know what? We might lose, but you're gonna know you're in the game.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel tomorrow morning when you get in the ice bath, like, oh, God damn, this team was tough.
Yeah, no matter what, we always had it wasn't like, it's not like, damn, we're going to Oakland. That's the easy one. No, it was, damn, we got.
Oh, they fear. They fear going to they saw Oakland on the schedule, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, guys, shout out to Taylor A, Raiders Rebel, Marcus Banks, and Alex Ghost coming in. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, appreciate everybody.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe on both channels.
I would have did this sooner. I thought it was gonna come under, so I didn't want to block everybody out. Appreciate y'all, man.
No, we were talking about, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Hopefully, everybody happy Sunday.
And so people 420.
Yeah, 420.
Not I, but yeah.
happy Easter to those who don't, believe in the 420 or
Happy Easter.
Yep, happy Easter.
I don't know, did we lose connection because I don't see his tag up anymore. What is still? Yeah.
Oh, there we go. But I appreciate him coming on and definitely sharing some good stories.
He's a busy man. He's in the Oregon, he said.
Yeah.
He's doing something up there. We don't know what, but he's doing something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Definitely appreciate him, man. Like, that was a crazy year to be on the team with Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Eric Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole
Hall of Famers. He was on the team with what? 4 Hall of Famers, I think.
Man.
With Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Eric Allen. I think it was
I want to say somebody off that offensive line for sure.
Yeah, I think it was someone off offensive line is a Hall of Famer too. But in the event though, playing with 3 Hall of Famers on one team is like doesn't happen all the time.
In fact, was what's his name? Was Rod Woodson with us too?
No, he's in Green Bay at that time.
Uh,
That's Eric Allen.
and we got the encore.
I think it was in Green Bay. I'm not sure. We can ask David Dunn.
Yeah, were you was Rod Woodson on that team with you?
Who?
Rod Woodson from the Steelers.
When I was at Oakland?
Yeah.
No. We had Charles Woodson and my guy. We had Charles Woodson and my guy, Torrey James and Eric Allen.
Yes.
So that's 4 Hall of Famers then.
Who used to get the best in those practices? Like, who used to get the upper hand most of the time? Like, offense or defense?
I mean, I would say it was pretty even, man. I mean, it was skilled on both sides, so it was always a battle every time you went up. You know, whether it was Jerry and Jerry and Charles going at it, or Tim and Eric Allen going at it, and it was no matter who it was, myself, Torrey James, we all took our wins and our losses.
Yeah.
But it was just all about that competition, and that was another thing is nobody never shied away from it. Jerry Porter, the guys, everybody step up and get their work in. And then Jerry or Tim would always, they'll put you to the side. Hey, you should have tried this right here, or try this next time. And Andre Rison always had some good ones too. He was, killing with them double moves, man.
Hey, when he do his Spider-Man after he get his first
he was wilding out, man. That was one of my boys right there, man. Me and Dre and Wood, we used to hang all the time, man. So that was definitely fun times, to be a part of that, hanging with them guys, and being one of the guys that that can hang with on a daily basis. So that was real cool.
Did anybody give Charles Woodson that work? Was there anybody, that used to give him a run for his money?
I mean, Charles is smart, man. He's a smart corner, man. He's smart, fast. He knows, he watches his film. He knows all the keys, man. But, every now and then, of course, like I say, everybody took some L's, but it was always a great competition. Nobody was just flat out getting beat. It wasn't like that at practice. Everything was contested. Definitely. You win, you earned it, and that's how it was. And like I said, we all helped each other with with what we were doing right and wrong and how things could work better. But I just love the competition of it, man. Every day, the competition and the respect that we have for each other. Real good team camaraderie, man. That's what I remember more so about the Raiders. It's just, we all played together, man. We all played for each other. We hung together. It was really a family out there, man. Really a big family.
Yeah, you can tell on game day you guys were always together. You guys seemed like it was like that camaraderie that we here together, we fight together, we win together, we lose together. You guys showed that. Who instilled that to you guys on that team? Because you don't see it now, but back then, who put that there?
I think the fact that everybody had their own stuff that they had kind of went through at some point, and like you said, you get second chance, and second chance with the Raiders, a chance to come back out there and prove yourself and get back on the team, and everybody just kind of took to each other, man. Wasn't nobody judging nobody, wasn't nobody really putting themselves above nobody. We was all equal, the whole thing was we had each other's back. So I remember if I'm making a mistake, Wood is good, don't worry about it, bro. We got it. We held it on defense, and if somebody happened on defense, I had return coming up. I got it, I'm trying to take it to the house, And that's the way we operated, man. No matter what, we picked each other up and played through it. And I think that's a lot of what's missing now is that, you have to just kind of come together. You have to come together and be on the same accord. Wasn't a lot of individualism.
What do you tell your younger self now that you know?
That's what I tell my kids now. I said, if I'd have known all the things I know now and looked at it the way I look at things now, career could have been a little bit different, could have been better. But that's what I'm trying to instill with these young kids right now. It's like, hey, you know, you gotta love each other. You guys gotta play for each other. You know, you guys gotta. It's bigger than you. It's really about the team effort. You know, you have your own personal stuff that you do, and you do it 110%. But it's still about the team because it's gonna take the whole team to win. You know, nobody's gonna win it by themselves. And if we all pull together and make plays like that, it's you know, that's what leads to success. And that's, you know, my team has went from struggling team, inner city team, to being now one of the top, looked at as one of the top 5, top 7 teams in the state of California.
There you go.
You know, we play with that same mentality that I played with the Raiders, man. It's everybody for everybody. You know, if you ain't trying to get in the film, if you ain't trying to make some plays, get in the film, I don't know what you out here for. You know, we coming to get it, bro.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
That's what the Raider Nation need right now. They don't have that mentality. Some do, some don't, it seems. But the Oakland Raiders and also LA Raiders, I'm in LA. They have that mentality that we in this together. You know, it's not about you and how many catches you make. It's not about you how many tackles you get. It's about us winning.
Yeah.
And we seem to lost that along the way.
Yeah, that's what we got to get back to, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the fans is coming out to see the Raiders play. You know, just the history and tradition of the program, and you know, this mentality of it, man. You know, you're coming out to play for the Raiders. It's screw everybody else. It's just it's all about us. It's time to go down.
That's
right. And that's the way my high school team do it now. You know, it's us against everybody. You know, or I tell them better yet, I switch it up. I say everybody against us. You know,
there you go. I'll say it's not us versus the world. It's the world versus us.
Yeah,
so
nobody don't get ours. I call us the Raiders of high school football, man. Nobody don't like us. Nobody don't want to come around us. The whole nine. I don't mind that. You know, we gonna come in here and make everywhere our home. It don't matter. We come in and take all y'all's. It don't matter. So that's the way we move, and the only way we can do that is by knowing our assignments, competing like crazy, and you know, everybody taking care of their business, and that's it. So, and the biggest thing I tell them is having fun while we doing it. Yeah, we gonna clown, laugh, and have fun, and we dangerous as hell when we doing that, and nobody wants to see us that way. They want to see us uptight where you can't play and you got to think too much. Man, let's come out here and make plays, bust these fools up, make everybody bow down.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
We need you on a Raider coaching staff. I tell you that right
now. yeah, definitely. Do not be a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, please do share that knowledge, man. We definitely want to hear from you again.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Especially the young kids. I appreciate what you know. That's great what you're doing for the kids, the young men growing up. Because they need that life lesson, and you're instilling that to them, which is great, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Because most of these kids, you know, as us being our color, we are, you know, most of these kids don't have a father figure to help them grow and develop, and you're doing that. You like that to them, and I appreciate that. Thank that.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I mean, that's my role as head coach, and then my foundation also. The you know, everybody call me Day Day and Coach Day Day. So my foundation is the Day-to-Day Foundation, and this is like part of what I'm doing right now. Is just you know, taking kids who really can't afford it, or you know, parents can't get them out of town on these unofficial visits and stuff like that. Man, my foundation steps in and, you know, flips the bill and get the kids out here, and so they can get an opportunity to see schools and places they couldn't normally get to. So, you know, just giving back on the field, off the field, you know, through my foundation, and, you know, just helping kids any way possible, man, giving them every experience they can possibly get.
Definitely. Is there a website they can you know send funds or help out?
Oh yeah, it's DAY. It's the Roman numeral 2, II, capital II, Day-to-Day Foundation, Inc. And that's my foundation, man, where we're doing a lot of big things out here. We're helping kids, you know, get a bunch of college visits and different things like that. But even so, more so, my project we're going to repeat now is we have a Protect the Brain campaign where I'm getting all my kids brain scans brain scans before the season, and through when they get concussions and stuff, we're able to monitor them and, make sure they're not going back too early. Going through the concussion stuff myself and all of that. So making sure they're not going back too early and then make sure they're prepared to get back out there the right way. Like I say, we play hard and we want to fly around, but we also want to make sure these kids are safe. So that's a big campaign that I'm doing right now with my foundation, is making sure that we can get these kids tested and making sure they can be safe.
Now, I know a lot of that stuff it's hard to, prevent, but what's the biggest, tip you could give to kids to kind of prevent it if you can?
Just, be smart. You got to try to keep your head out of the game, So keep your head in the game, but you want to keep your head literally out of the game. You want to use your shoulders and make sure you know how to properly tackle and things. And, try not to use that head too much in there. And that's the main thing is, just trying to improve the knowledge on that and making sure you can stay safer. So play the game, but still stay safer and still play physical at the same time. So, it doesn't, we're just trying to make sure that they can have the best opportunity possible. I had a kid that, we first did this a few years ago. Ronnie Lott had sponsored it. And we actually scanned some of our kids, and one of my best players we found out after the season, as he got into college, when he got ready to go in, he couldn't play no more, man. It was like, he take another hit and he's done. And
I just posted your link into our chat, so you guys see that. Go ahead and look it up. I'm looking at it right now. It's Awesome Looking Foundation. Go ahead and help them out. It's a nonprofit organization. Go Brother Dunn out. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yes,
and play. I live in Southern California, so I'm down here in this area. So help our brother Dunn out.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you too, man. I don't want to keep you too much because I know you got, you doing some important things over there. But definitely, we will definitely bless the foundation too for you blessing us on the, on today, spending your Easter and holiday with us. We appreciate that. Raider Nation, we appreciate, they appreciate that. So any last shout outs you want to give, definitely let us know.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Just shout out to Raider Nation. Like I said, love my time with them. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
That's right.
Big time, man. Man, they look out for Keyshawn Smith, man. Keyshawn Smith, Herman Smith Jr. And
Yes,
like I said, I'm up here in Oregon. I'm up here in Oregon right now, man. And they're gonna have the best left tackle coming out, Isaiah World, man. 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. This dude is amazing. He was killing in that practice.
Whoa,
man. Yeah, and the beauty of it is that they're all Lincoln High alumni. So they play that ball. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys, man. Big time. Thanks for having me out.
Always. Thank you.
Always, man. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to talk to you.
All right, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brother.
Bless you, brother.
Right. Yes, sir. Bless you as well.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, look at his website. He has a great website. It's a foundation. You can donate anything, help Brother Dunn, because he's a Raider, always will be. So
yeah.
We're a family. Got to stick together.
Definitely. And my apologies for when I was looking up the the profile and everything, it was listed under tight end, so I just automatically, but I should have dug a little, but yeah, that was wow. But dang, that was just, like I said, great story just for him to be around, just all that greatness at that time. That's when the Raiders were at their best. Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best during that generation, but I've seen them better. But they lost. Had it, lost it. But it's like in between years, like every 2-3 years, they back right there. Mm-hmm. That was the last
straight shot
time I saw them have it.
Yeah.
And then it was like 30-some years since they had 20-some years. No, it's been too long. That's the kind of personnel we need in the Raiders locker room. That's the kind of personnel we need around the Raiders all the time. I mean, they got alumni coming all the time, but he showed true Raider heart.
Yeah, like great dude, man. Like just and you could tell he knows his like his just the coaching and shout out to the guys he mentioned too. So now we got two more guys to put on the lookout.
Oh yeah, I seen the guy he played. He talked about. I said, dude, this dude's pretty good. He's making some great catches. But then after the game, they lost to what did they lose to? The ACC game.
Mm.
They lost. They didn't nothing on draft boards, nothing about it. They talk about T Mac, and that's it.
Yeah, it's almost here. It's almost here.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, thanks for the guys coming in late. Check out his website. It says donate. Guys can help him out.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Help the brother out.
Yeah, we would definitely bless him, man, because appreciate his time, and he's out there doing his scouting duties as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah, because it's that time, man. Like, and we were kind of talking about that a little earlier too. I really feel that we're gonna go heavy wide receiver. We're gonna get, I'd say, at least two in this draft. Running back, I think that's a given. We're gonna get some more.
We're gonna get plenty of those.
Yeah.
The thing that was really I like is that immediately the Raiders came in. Pete Carroll, Spytek, and everybody else came in there. What's the first thing you do? Sign free agency on defense.
Mm-hmm.
They only signed two offensive players. They're Kappa and Mosat. They didn't sign anybody. Oh, Coach Geno Smith. No, I can't forget about him. I don't even count him. But they went straight defensive heavy. They re-signed players. They got new players to fill the holes that we lost on. People said we lost Spillane. Raiders defense is gonna suck. Not necessarily. Because Pete Carroll's trying to build defense the way he want to see it. He want tough, physical attributes. And then they say Roberts can't cover. Well, Spillane can't cover neither, but he was taught that. But he wasn't here. He's not brought here to cover. See, he's here to knock the stuffing out of running backs. That's what he's here for. And then Devin White. He's not here to cover. He's here to blitz and knock the stuffing out of quarterbacks. So we're going to probably draft a linebacker maybe later in the round or UDFA. We got linebackers on the thing. That's why I appreciate what they're doing.
Furpo, to answer your question, we kind of asked, but he gave us some sleepers though to look out for. So he gave us some secret nuggets.
Yeah, he said he's not in on to that draft board stuff. He said, "Nah, I'm not into all that." Yeah. It's too. It blows the brain up. He don't like. Plus, you got to remember he's a head football coach at a very much good high school, so he don't have time to go that route. He has to worry about his players, get them into college. So
yeah, the same. He's the same place that Marcus Allen went.
Yeah, I just said Lincoln High School. I knew exactly who went there. I just want to ask him now who went there. I knew exactly who went there.
That's what I say, man. That was a dope. Like definitely glad to have him on, and we hope to have him on in the future too.
Oh yeah,
coming on. We have a co-host.
I thought I was your co-host. I'm getting fired.
Yeah, no. you got the, you automatic. You know what I'm saying? But
it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. I got my pink slip in Instagram, guys.
No Minshew deals, no Derek Carr deals, none of that. You locked in. You got that Mahomes deal.
I said, how you gonna fire me on my day off, man? Look, I got a text message that you're fired.
Hey, on Easter, like usually, it's Monday. You get the, you get that big slip on Monday.
No, you get big slip on your day off. You ain't go to work day. It's my day off. By the way, you're fired. Don't come in my day, huh?
Hey, unless and McDaniels, you get your late night. You get that late night phone call.
Oh man, that was 10 o'clock at night. I found out at 10 o'clock at night. Like they fired him this late. Wow.
Shit, I ain't answering the phone. I'll check your call unless they text me. But
no.
I'm gonna read it from afar.
No, when the owner of the team that you work for calls you, you got to answer their phone, because if you ignore them, then that's going to make it even worse.
Yeah,
Because say, I was going to talk to you. I was going to give you severance pay, but you won't answer your call, so now you get nothing. You're out of here. Get bye.
man.
Well, yeah, that's the attitude we need. Again, I do believe Pete Carroll's going to bring that back. That's why. Okay, in your honest opinion, when they was doing a coaching search, be honest.
Mhm.
What head coach that you want to get the Raiders to hire, or did you want AP fired? So it's a two-part question.
No, I didn't want AP fired. I just felt like he should have just went back to the defensive side of the ball. Like I don't feel like he needed to like go all the way. Just the head coach was a little, too big for his, for right now. But I wanted him to still be a part of the defense somehow, like linebackers coach or something, just something where he's still involved. But I remember the Ben Johnson thing was definitely, because I just wanted us to do something different offensively. And I felt like he would have brought the youth movement of, kind of getting with the times of the, offenses of now. That didn't work. And Pete Carroll, I always thought, damn, that would be nice because we get somebody that knows, and I love how Pete competes, like he's one of the guys. Like he knows, he's played ball. He's, he knows so much, and he's been around so much competition, and I just thought that would have been nice. And we ended up getting him. I remember Chip Kelly, it was just every piece that individually we could have had like years ago. Just we could have had this, but then everything else was whack, just off whack. But now we got everything put together in the same damn season,
Okay.
but the roster.
Here's my opinion. Like you said, I thought AP deserved it. I think he was torpedoed. I think AP deserved a better chance. Tim Stuff's going to get along. So I think he got torpedoed, got stabbed in the back, how you want to call it. I said, give him a chance. But to me, like, you need to learn how to coach. He probably was a great linebacker coach. He was a good football player. He wasn't great, but he was a good football player. Played on a Super Bowl team. I thought, like, yeah, maybe you should step down, like you said, be defensive linebacking coach or the assistant, and we get a real head coach.
Mm-hmm.
When Pete Carroll was in the building, I jumped out of my chair. I literally jumped out of my chair and almost ran to the house and ran to the wall. I said, wait, they're going to bring Pete Carroll in? Because I saw Pete Carroll did in Seattle. I definitely saw Pete Carroll did in USC. I said, well, they can get him. And I said, screw Ben Johnson. Because it's his first year as a head coach. We already did that already. Many times we did that. We need some experience. Let them go and teach some other coaches. So when I step down, you're the next head coach because you got my train. Look at the guy from Washington Commanders. What's his name? Well, I don't care about his name. But the head coach of Washington Commanders. Where'd he come from? The Pete Carroll tree. So let him do this. He's going to bring that competition in where we need it. Not just because we're paying you the most or because you have a big name. No, you can't play. You don't stay. Hey, salute Jason Downs, my assistant GM. No more draft this week. No more mock drafts. The real thing's coming up, so I'm not mocking anything this week.
No more mock drafts. I did one earlier though, but
yeah, I saw that. I saw a little bit of
it. I messed up in that second. I think it was the second round, and I don't know. I just for some reason I thought it was going to stop, and then I was going to get somebody else too. But then he went by, and then somebody else went by, and then. But it was a good team. We're still going to go to the Super Bowl and win, but could have been better.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see vast improvements. I'm not saying we go to playoffs or Super Bowl this year. That would be nice if we did, but that's unrealistic right now because they're still building this team, and I'm glad they're building from the defense to the offense because you can score as many points you want because we had that season where the Raiders were scoring like 27 points a game, 24 points a game. Yeah, look at it. We get a touchdown every time we get in the red zone. But then the defense gave up 30 points. So, yeah.
Are you a Laker fan, Chris, too?
Yeah, they got their butts kicked last night. They got really beat down last night. I couldn't even watch the game anymore. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I was just like, damn. But I was gonna say the Warriors are playing today. So I mean, we can get it too. So
yeah. Well, it was only game one. They got to play what? Best out of 7, so I don't worry about that.
Yeah. No, we would just hate to see LeBron outed in the first round. That would tarnish his legacy.
His legacy's already tarnished.
I'm
not super huge fan when they signed. I was happy, but other than that, like, only thing I don't want to see is Boston Celtics or the Clippers in the championship game. So I'm cool.
Fair enough. I'm good with that too. Yeah, I would like. Oh, well, one of the teams is the Lakers, because just because I'm a Warrior fan, so the Curry, LeBron matchup, I'm always going to be Team Curry. So,
of course,
but it's just I want him to get just one more than LeBron. So then that way, that whole who was the best in this era would have a little slight tug with Curry with the one more.
Well, LeBron's not even the era no more because LeBron should be playing. He's 40-something years old. Anyway, it's here near here. So Jason asks, draft rumors, strategies, and expectations Wednesday. Why Wednesday? It's Thursday. The draft's Thursday, Jason.
But he's ahead of the game, though.
Unless you're gonna camp out on the computer all night and all day Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I've always said it. My wild card is the New York Giants because they got the quarterback situation fixed for this year, and they like to throw those patches. So, and then they can't afford to make really a lot of big, big moves really, because they're still paying what's his face, Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay, I got you, Jason. All right, sorry about that. I didn't know what you meant, but I got you. But
for a show title.
Yeah. What are you gonna do draft night? Because me and Jeff gonna do one. You want to join us, or you got some plan?
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Palm Pilot. God damn! Wow.
I don't. I was gonna say I'll join. I was gonna say I might be at a little sports bar, but I think we could still, make it happen.
No, I'm saying you can join in with your, your phone. Just jump in.
Yeah, I definitely will rock with y'all
though. Yeah. Here's my thing. There are 3 teams right now that I'm looking at. 3, 2, New Orleans, Dallas, and the Bears. Yeah, 3. The Raiders are in that prime spot. Depending on what happened the first 5 picks, so we know who's going to leave. Cam Ward, Abdul Carter. Those 2 are gone off the board. Probably Travis Hunter probably gone too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 teams. So you say Shadur falls, Ash Genty falls, and number 6. New Orleans is going to be the mix for that. If Genty falls in number 6, the Bears and Dallas are going to be in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what the first 5 picks go. And then I'm waiting for that phone to ring, and I'm gonna make what you have. What are you gonna offer us for this pick? If we don't, we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
I like Asher Genty, but I'm not a big fan of drafting at 6. He might be a game changer, then he might not be. Because there are plenty of run backs that got picked high, didn't do squat in the NFL. And they got run backs that had picked in like the later rounds who were phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
Yeah. That's it. Let me see. Jason said, shout to Jason Downs too, Raider Rebels too. And Raider Unleashed.
Oh, Raider, he been for a
while. Patriots and Jags are the question mark. Not really. I bet both of those teams take wide receivers. Yeah, you know what I mean? They definitely need them.
Yeah, because the Jags might take Travis Hunter. That's because they need receivers and cornerbacks, so they can we can try at both positions. We have both. Patriots need receivers. They'll probably take T-Mac.
Yeah, one of those will take T-Mac, and then one might take Burden.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
who knows?
Yeah, the Patriots. Man, I'm looking at those latest picks because New Orleans Saints picked 9.
Mhm.
Dallas picks 12. I want to stay in that range. They'll trade them, swap picks, and get another round. The Bears, like you said, got 2 early. You said they have 2 second rounds. I forgot about that. They can afford to give one on second round if they want that running back, because they all things shown that they do want Genty. They'll pair up with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, they did go heavy. Dallas, you're definitely right on that. They did go heavy in free agency though, and they got Diggs. I forgot as a wide receiver. So
yeah, but Diggs is always injury prone.
Yeah,
the last couple of seasons he's been like missing a lot of games. But we'll see.
Let's see. If the Saints want Sanders, they can sit at 9. If he's there at 6, he'll be there at 9.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the Jets will probably, if we don't take him,
they'll take him. Jets will.
The Jets will.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. If we don't take him, Jets will take him. I don't think he makes a 9. He might not even make it to 6. But if he's there at 6, and the Jets like, ooh, because who did Jets have? Who they sign? Do you know?
No. What was his name? Justin Fields. That we were trying to.
Yeah, he's not guaranteed, so they might take Sanders if he's there.
I feel better about Geno Smith than I do about Fields, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, me too. He's more experienced. I know that. I feel like sleepers to trade with 49ers and Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that's another team that need a quarterback.
I was gonna say, imagine if the Niners got Genty with McCaffrey and Genty. Oh my god,
I can imagine that because my wife's a 49er fan. I'll be here all kind of shit every weekend. Like,
let's not let that happen. I live in the city. I don't want to hear it.
No.
Let me see. If Genty goes before 6, then the Saints are gonna want to. I was thinking that too. The Saints with Genty would be crazy too. We need to definitely take a weapon. Shout to Alpha One. The DN from Georgia is a monster.
Yeah, he is. Probably make us a 3rd round or a 2nd round. I don't think he'll be hopping the board. We might go late 1st round with early 2nd.
I'm just glad. I'm glad it's this week.
Yeah, speculations and the Raiders are definitely up to something. They're not telling nobody anything because some teams already showed their hand who they want. Raiders didn't say anything. They didn't say who they want. Mm-hmm. All the spy techs said, press conference said, "Well, you're gonna drive a running back high." He said, "How high? High is like that 3rd round up. That's high."
Yeah, high
that is low.
Yeah, so high could be 2nd. Yeah,
it could be 2nd round. It could be 4th, 3rd round.
Too many holes to take a quarterback when they just paid one all that money.
Well, you take a quarterback in the draft, you're gonna pay him anything at 6.
Yeah.
Now he's not the one pick, so you can't pay him anything for 4 years.
Yeah, because they lost all their quarterbacks, so that's why they
have no backups.
Yeah, they could use. Mm-hmm.
So taking a quarterback at 6 is now out the question because they don't have any backups.
So talking about the DM from Georgia.
Abdul Carr. Well, Abdul Carr is more of a linebacker than he is a lineman, but yeah. Do take a look at him.
Yeah. What was the dude he from SMU? Smith.
Smith.
Keenan. Is it Keenan Smith?
Keenan Smith.
We're gonna check him out too, Keenan Smith.
Yeah. I saw him play. I didn't know who his name was, but he makes some good catches like this guy. It's pretty good. I wonder.
Yeah, that must have been, man. Imagine coming there and then his locker was in between like all the Andre Rison and Tim. So you get to soak up all that game while they're, talking to. I bet, and there was so much personality too, because I know Andre Rison was something else.
Andre Rison was he wasn't a nutcase, but he was one of those guys,
Yeah.
So you go up to the club, this dude, he's gonna be a life at a party. He's one of those guys, like you can't get. I don't know. He's one of those guys you go out with. You gonna have fun regardless. Yeah. You gonna make sure you have fun,
man.
I don't. Yeah, I was got the Raiders repercussion. Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, they'll take them. The Jets are that type of team that'll do stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what have they done lately? Nothing. They'll say, "Oh, Sanders there, let's get them." They'll do it anyway just because of the name. Wars tight, New Carter Browns, Travis Hunter Giants. Travis Hunter Giants, that's weird. Patriots question mark. Tyler Warren to the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Browns should just trade their pick away because they're not going to do anything with it.
Well, they offered that. They said they want to trade that second pick. So
yeah, for them it doesn't matter. They can pick anybody and it won't matter.
Because they might pick a quarterback.
That'd be crazy. Shadur, the Browns.
Yeah, that's one thing. Shadur's dad said, "I don't want to go on teams like that." So, you got no choice in the matter.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be mad with the Mimbu pick. You know what I mean? Just for the simple fact that our running game has to get better, regardless if it's adding a good running back or good enough tackle to make this line better. Then hey, that's good too. I'm down with that. Most of the time, I'm not really down with taking alignment with that first pick, but this year,
Mimbu will have to sit to me.
Think so?
Well, here's your scenario because Cole Miller, everybody talk about what they're gonna do on him. Well, these are gonna re-sign their contract because unless somebody give them bigger money, this is last year. The reason they haven't re-signed them yet because they won't see or give him extension. Not re-sign, but give him extension is that last year you had a subpar year until the end of the season when he got better. He has too many shoulder problems. So I'm guessing, my opinion only, I'm guessing they're going to okay, let's see what you do this season. Okay? Let's see if you're injury prone again or you're not as good as you were. They won't sign extension. They were like, okay, well, we need to get a tackle. Get Mimbu in now. We're like, okay, he can sit. Watch Colton Miller, learn from these guys, and sit. Second scenario, get Mimbu is you can bring a bigger man, which I don't really care about, but what I'm hearing is you can move Glaze to right guard and put Mimbu at right tackle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and that's replacing Parnham, or is that replacing
yeah, definitely Parham, yeah.
Okay, for sure.
My God. Because if Pete Carroll won a running game, he won a tough running game. He won people movers. He won people on the front line to move people, not just hold them up and then let them go. He wants hike, boom, you're on the ground. He wants to go to IHOP for that 24-hour buffet. That's what he wants. He wants all pancakes on the floor, on the field. So we'll say, hey, salute, Gunsmoke. What's up, brother? Yeah, man.
Yeah, so the way that board, yeah. So you said Patriots. I really see no, because I know T-Mac slid a little bit, but for maybe a running back too. I could see them,
Oh, I remember running backs. There's so many. They can get running backs in UDFAs. Believe me. There's plenty of running backs out there. That's the one thing about this draft was makes it different that there's never been so many running backs in the draft before. I've never seen that. I should have actually done that when he was on the thing. Have you ever seen so many running backs in the draft?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm not mad at trading back. Because, like, even if, say, we trade back a couple times, well, you know, I want to trade back at least twice. But, you know, say we trade back once, I'd be happy with that. and say if Genty is gone, I know that there's Henderson and there's Judkins. There's, you know, there's at least some couple backs, you know.
There's a lot. People just naming those guys. One thing, those two play Ohio State. They just won the Natty. Genty was all the dudes raised for a while. The guy from North Carolina, what's his name? Hampton. They've been in the news. Those guys, that's all everybody pay attention to. But do me a favor. Take a look at all the running backs that are listed to go in the NFL draft. You're going to see about 40 of them. Mm-hmm. And they all got good speed and good talent. Didn't see their pro days, didn't see their combine, but they're there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, what's that running back? He was a good running back for the Raiders. What's his name?
Marcus Allen?
No, of course not.
Bo Jackson. Justin Fargas. Napoleon Kaufman. You know. I know you ain't talking about Zamir White.
Oh, my God, no.
Charlie Garner.
He played when they got him and the other guy. They played together when they got Marshawn Lynch, and they walked out of town together. Those two guys.
From they used to play for the Bucks, or not Maurice Jones-Drew, but the other one.
No.
28.
Help me out, guys.
Damn,
what was his name? I guess don't tip my tongue.
Wasn't it not Smith? What was it? He played for the Bucks, right? The one
No. Yeah, Jalen Rashad. Thank you.
Oh, talking about Jalen. Okay.
He wasn't on nobody's radar. They picked him up. He's trying to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Jalen Rashad. Actually, his name is like, what's his name? His name was Jalen Richard, looked like on paper, but his name was Jalen Rashad. Yeah, he came out of nowhere. We don't know much radar. The guy said, "Who's Jalen Rashad?"
Yep. And then what's his name? Washington. I forget his first name. Or DeAndre Washington, was it? Or something like that.
Yeah, he got cut, but you know what I'm saying, you never know what you get. And he might not be drafted, might not be a UDFA, might come from another team that cut him.
Mm-hmm.
And DeAndre Washington.
Yeah, DeAndre Washington. He went to the Chiefs too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he don't play about a year or something.
Yeah, but you know.
But yeah,
it's the principle.
You just never know because especially these big schools, they get all the publicity. That's why I don't worry about running backs. If it's one of the classes only like 4 good running backs in the whole class, the rest of this garbage. Yeah, I say get Genty now. We got a chance.
Yeah, that's as far as I would go too, is 12. Because that's why. But all we want to do is just pick up that extra, either second, or high, very high third. You know what I'm saying? But really, we're gaining per seconds, or next year's first, or whatever we got to, stack pile for. It's the betterment of the team. Like all that benefits us. Then that's trade bait for whatever we want to do for next year to get what we want. If we got to throw a draft pick at a player just to add some good talent, it's just having that. So it's not about, we need to pick the pick at whatever the pick is at 6, whatever. But if we can benefit, because somebody's going to benefit off, it could be somebody that we don't want. So if it's somebody we weren't going to take anyway, we might as well benefit. And our guy's still there. So, that's just how.
But you got to look at it too. Pete Carroll, Spycheck, Chip Kelly inherit this team from the previous regime. Not saying that they all suck. Telesco did okay. The McDermott regime did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they still got the players from the regimes. They might be still rookie deals, or they might be just good enough to stay. So Pete Carroll, okay, great. We'll use what we got now. They're gonna eventually want to bring their type of players in, their guys, into the building. They can't get rid of everybody and bring in a whole bunch of new players. And they got to, okay, well, you know what? The more draft picks we get, the more I get my players in, Chip Kelly players in, Graham players in. Because I do believe Graham really had a choice of what he picked. He didn't have no input, seemed like to me. Yeah, no input.
Yeah.
AP looked like he didn't have any input on the picks, to me. Same thing with the McDermott situation. Ziegler was GM, but McDermott made the picks. You know? So this is a chance for them to not rebuild, I say retool. In the first and thirds, we can find a demo. Yeah, exactly. We did last year.
Yeah. We found Max in the 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it can be, but that's the range. And then with this draft, it's not really that deep as far as just it's deep in positions, but like it's not like six round is different than like other 6 rounds like in previous years. So like we need to dig in these middle rounds because as you do these, you know, mock drafts, just try trading back, you know, just a little bit to gain a second or third. You know, it's like you can see. That's the thing. If we want to be able to get our, I guess, future quarterback or whatever it is, we're gonna have to trade back to get, you know, to be able to use that pick and not be a waste on this year's team. You know what I'm saying? Like if we want to be able to take extra players and all that, we got to trade back to do it. You know, then you can take a chance on the quarterback and still plug the team for this year. Or you can take a chance on another running back or another wide receiver, you know, like just getting things right for the future. That's what we're doing.
Well, the good thing is that signing Geno Smith was the smartest thing they've done so far. That means we're not desperate for a quarterback, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because okay, we can't get one this year, or we can get one later rounds. Come in here, he can work out. If you don't, he's a rookie. Bye. Especially like a 4th round, 5th round pick. You still got Carter Bradley. If you don't work out, bye. And then we'll pick again next year. We got Geno Smith for 3 years. So that's a good thing he signed him. So pressure off of that. And they said all defense on free agency. No pressure on that either. That's the only thing maybe is get a coverage linebacker and a cornerback. There's plenty out there. They can grab them later rounds. Or UDFA. No pressure there. Only pressure is get a running back room, a wide receiver group, and maybe a couple guards. So that's the only thing really I think that look for. That's why they're going to go really offense heavy in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
They'll pick up a defensive guys, but then they'll go guards, running backs, and receivers in this draft. And a quarterback, one's still there, like, yeah, kind of looks good. Bring him in and we'll see what he got. What we're picking with the 7th round? Bring him in and see what he got. You know?
Kick tires because you never know. Well, you know, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't, you know, at least take a chance to see what they got. Yeah. The Saints are done though, unless they do something crazy.
Well, they got Kellen Moore there, so we'll see how they do. But they're gonna need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley looked like crap last year, but that's rookie year. You know, most rookies do look like crap. Sometimes it gets a special occasion.
Too bad we couldn't have traded Minshew. We just waited just a little longer. Be like, hey, we'll give you but
no, they had a good time. They do that fool quick. And then guess where he goes to?
Those chokes.
Kansas City Queefs.
Mm-hmm.
So he go there what? So he give a Raiders secrets? Ain't no secrets because it's a whole new playbook, whole new coaching staff. Ain't that you can tell them all you want.
Do the opposite of what we did all last year.
You can tell them everything you want. And they're gonna say, Minshew, I thought they said they're gonna do this on this play.
Yeah.
Well, they did last year.
I thought we were supposed to do that on that play.
Well, that's what they did last year.
Yeah. He's like, oh damn, I had a booger in the way of my playbook. I thought I was supposed to zig, and that was really a zag.
Exactly. I'm not scared. I'm not really worried about the AFC. Well, I'm not scared of them because all the games we played except for one of them, we were in the game with them. All of them.
Yeah.
We know it was like we lost because of bad coaching decision, no running game, the bad quarterback. Defense did their part. The offense couldn't do shit.
The Chargers give us more of a hard time. Oh, they put more points on us. I'll say that. It feels like the Chargers just kind of have their way, especially that first game. Usually that first game of the season, they end up getting the best of us. But
well, remember that we were playing, we were driving, and guess what? Guess who turned the ball over? And that shit the whole momentum.
Oh,
you throw it to an empty spot of the field backwards. Like you throw it away, throw it forward, not backwards, you idiot.
Yeah, dude. And then look to see if there's hopefully someone there, Because I mean that means you're throwing the ball. You didn't check the coverage. You didn't see was the DB cheating up? Was he playing back? What was going on?
And that shit because we won. I think we were down a touchdown. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we were either tied or it was somewhere we needed that. We were driving. Yeah, I think we were down, and that was a crucial drive to either tie it or take the lead. And from there it just went downhill.
Yeah, he just threw the ball away. Like we were driving. Like once again, that turned the whole game around.
Yeah,
picked up when touched it. Same thing with the Broncos. We give them 17-0 on the Broncos. Threw the ball up in the air, high up in the air, over 20 yards over Brock. I mean, Brock's a great player, but he can't catch a ball 20 yards over his head. Nobody can, because you have a ladder, and then that changed the whole game around. So mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the coaching staff. Like, all right, made a mistake. Get back out there and do it again. And then what they do? Well. Through AOC in the game, late in the game, like hey, we're down 45 points. AOC with 3 minutes left. See what we can do. See if we can come back.
Yeah, nothing. And he threw a pick, I think.
Yeah, desperation pick because he wasn't getting no blocking. He had no running game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why that's the most important thing is to getting this running game going because at least we're not just 30-second drives and they were kicking the ball. Like we could actually drive some of this clock out.
That too. Plus, you get defense some rest. You know what it's like to go out, stop the other team. Hey, we stopped them. They punted. Oh, we're on 30-yard line. We got decent field position. We're on 35-yard line. And they always, as soon as you sit down, man, and drink some water, all right, defense, you're up. Like, I just sat down. What the hell? We're going to go there and do it again?
Yeah, and there's no learning. There's no learning in between. If you as soon as you sit down, and like you said, by the time you catch your breath, you can't even learn from what you guys just did. Like, hey, did you see that when they were trying to run that? And then like by the time you like, oh damn, it's time, man. There's no learning.
There's no break. You gotta get that 2-minute break, 3-minute break will do wonders for you. Believe it or not, it does.
Yeah.
You try to run, not never ran a marathon, but you try to run long distance. When you sit down for a minute, you get those deep breaths in for a couple minutes. You get your second wind back. They ain't get a chance to get their first wind back because the offense is so terrible. Punt, interception, fumble, punt, interception, fumble. One of those three things happen in 3 downs.
Or 4th and 1, or for a third and 1 with the combo of another 4th and 1.
Yeah, they go 4th and 1 on the 4-yard line. They don't get it. Now defense got to play even harder because they're closer to the end zone. So the offense didn't do defense any favors, and they played their ass off. I don't care anybody said defense did good for what they had to play with. They was on the field more times than the offense was.
On 3rd and 1, I'm running my biggest person. I don't care who it is. I'm bringing the biggest person in, the biggest force on my team. And I'm going to try to see if you can stop him twice.
Yeah, I'll put Mumford in there running back at that point. So, this usually a big size. Was that another guy, Dalton Wagner? I don't know if he's still on team. The big kid. They should just fall forward. We'll get that 1 yard.
just hold on to the ball and then just fall forward.
Ardell, welcome, brother. Welcome. Good to see you.
Yep, Ardell.
Glad to get your name back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, big dick.
And he's gonna always be cemented in the name,
He gonna make
nickname
something.
Hall of Fame.
He gonna make something. It's gonna be not gonna be his name.
Yeah, McDoofus, McDickface, McDummy. McDummy is the one. That's McDummy.
I know but he's OC now. The Patriots, he's gonna try to get revenge. They're like, I hope we smack the shit out of him.
Yeah. What's everybody eating for the draft? You know what I mean? What are we doing? What's everybody doing? Yeah. What you gonna have any draft food going?
Now I'm probably I'll be sitting here watching the draft with Jeff. I don't know. I'll probably throw some wings on the grill and then throw some buffalo sauce on them. I don't know.
Okay, a little buffalo party. Ain't nothing but a buffalo party.
I don't have any chefs in the house that'll make me a meal. I'm the chef.
Okay, chef.
Oh, Ardell talking about, hey, I got steaks in there too, and a trout, and baked. I can do that too. Got all that.
Jay, that ain't fair. We got the steak and trout, baked potato.
I might do that too. I might grill. I got some steaks in there. I might grill me a couple of T-bones in.
See, so I know what area to be watching the draft in. So that's my
Yeah, you can do the red eye now if you want.
I'm like, shout out your city too. So so we know where you cooking these meals at. So
don't worry. You if I'm grilling a steak and all that stuff, you'll smell it. Turn the fan on, blow you away. Like, hey, you smell it?
I mean,
what's that thing? The Rock? Can you smell?
Hey, but right now, Mr. Downs is winning right now. Mr. Downs, you might, if you look outside, I might be lingering somewhere.
He's closer to you than I am, so he might
come on. With that brisket, brisket.
He's on like an hour and a half drive, so yeah, you can roll over right quick, snatch some brisket, macaroni and cheese, and drive back home. Thank you.
You had me at brisket and mac, man. Alpha One. I think I'll be closer to Alpha One than these nacho wings.
Nacho wings. I never had those nacho. What is that? Scrabble nacho wings. I never had those. Is that just wings with cheese on it, or?
Yep, 90 minutes. He said, "Come on." He said, "Come on." All right. So,
hey, Panda, welcome, brother. Salute. That's my man.
Yeah, but I think we might do the Panda. Salute, family. Hey, don't eat too crazy. You might get the itis. Real talk. Missed the pick for real.
Yeah, that's actually factual evidence because that happens to me all the time. I'll be sitting there watching that like, and pick number 6, the Raiders choose.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember we're still reliving the Tyree Wilson pick fiasco.
Yeah, that pick was like what? Well, all right, whatever. God, why? But the real pick that really had me like want to throw a TV or remote control to TV was Leatherwood. I want to take remote control and throw a TV and just break it. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah. He had some nicknames too on his way out. Leatherface, Leatherbutt,
Leatherwood.
Yeah. It was crazy because we were like, who the hell is Leatherwood?
Yeah, I heard him from Alabama, but I didn't think it'd be a first round pick.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, nacho and wings. Okay, I got you. I thought it was nacho wings. That sounds kind of tempting, but okay, nacho wings. Sounds good.
Yeah. Damon Arnett was like that too. I was like, who? Because they were like, oh, that's the guy on the other side of what's his face? That was the number one.
I think talking about.
Yeah, I forget. He ended up. Dang, I almost had it. I think he went to Detroit. But yeah. Let me see. Right now, I am betting when our pick comes up, we have to wait longer because of commercial breaks. I know. I can't wait to boo Roger Goodell. That's just always I don't know. I like that part too.
Oh, he loves it too. He can tell he loves it.
Yeah, I enjoy the draft process because like no matter what team you go to, I'm gonna have my feelings if it's the Chargers, Chiefs, or Broncos, right? But for those kids, man, it's their lives are changing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for every single one of them. You know what I mean? It just Sucks if
Well,
you go to those names I mentioned.
not really. Like their lives not changed that much anymore because of NIL. So, like me and Jeff talked about last night, we did a draft show. You can check it out. Yeah, Jason Ames was a bust, but back in the day, draft picks, kids were coming in hungry. A lot of the kids would come from like not well-to-do families, not maybe a single parent family. Didn't have everything. 5 sisters and brothers lived in a 2-bedroom house. So they want to break out, take care of their family. They want to buy their mother or dad or both a new home when they come to the NFL. First thing they say, I'm gonna buy my mom and dad a new home. So they were hungry. So they played their ass off to get that high draft pick. They want to play in college. They want to get to be in that first round, because first round you get paid more than the later rounds. So they come in like, I gotta get that, especially getting be number one. Now with NIL, these kids are coming into NFL already got money, already got the houses and the cars and the jewelry. So they don't need to worry about, hey, I got number 3. I still got about $8 million in the bank. I come in number 3. I don't care. The hunger's not there like it used to be. You understand the point I'm making?
Definitely. Yeah, because it meant so much. Because if you're the one carrying the torch for your for your family, you are the one that if you don't make it, then we ain't gonna have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the pressure, but it makes you perform. Like when you get tired, it doesn't matter because it's all riding on your back. If you get tired and you quit, then the dream is over. So you have to keep going. You have to be the one. And like you said, it was different. Like the Deons, all the people that they had to be the one in their family to do it. And then look, now he's paved the way for his whole, for all his kids.
Like the Josh Jacobs story, he lived in the car with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
In the car, they were homeless. He lived in the car with his dad for a few months, so he know what that felt like. I don't want to go back there again, so I'm gonna throw my ass off. He didn't get that many touches in college, but he get NFL. He got paid, so you got to understand what he wants, understand his needs. That's before NIL took over. NIL took over. This guy's getting paid. They're getting paid money, so that's why. Some of these players are going back to their junior year. Oh, he's gonna be a number 3 draft pick next year. Yeah, I might not get drafted at all. I think I'll just stay in college for 1 year. I'm getting paid $1 million, so I get paid money. So I just stay here and play football. If I get picked next year, so be it.
Mm-hmm. It's keeping kids, I guess, in school longer a little bit, huh?
Yeah, they're off on the money. That's why I think Beck, what's his name? The guy from Georgia, the quarterback.
Oh, Carson Beck.
That's why he went back, because he didn't do good last year, and he said his draft stock went down because he was projected to be after the other draft. He projected to be one of the top 3 quarterbacks or the top quarterback, but the season he had, his stock went downhill, and if he got drafted, it'd be later rounds. And he won't get paid.
He was like, I ain't going to no damn Browns. They said, wait, well, I'm going where? They said, you'll probably end up at the Browns. He said, I ain't going to no damn Browns.
I'm saying college players transfer to Miami, you can probably get paid more money. So
yeah. He said, I thought I was going to the Raiders. What happened? He said, nah, they got Geno now. He said, oh shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. I'm staying in school. I'm gonna get paid. I'll try to do better, but I'm not going there. No.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I said, my hopes are maybe they can win those couple of these teams. Oh yeah, another team that need a quarterback too is Pittsburgh. Forgot about them, but they're too far down the draft to trade with them. They gotta give us a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we want everything. We want just everything. You might as well just give us all. Give us all your picks.
It gives us 2nd and 3rd. Next year's 1st. We can have that number 6.
Yep, we need it all.
Yeah, because they had. I don't know who they. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm confused on it, where everybody's at now with the quarterbacks and Aaron Rodgers.
Now you talking Aaron Rodgers going to the Saints. I'm like, what?
That'd be nuts.
Well, the Saints
I
can't
can,
afford. Saints and Cap Hill still there. Can't afford him.
yeah, I can see that. I can
I don't
see
know
that.
how they gonna pay him? They ain't got no money.
They're taking the disc.
They're negative.
They're pretty good about shuffling around. Like
I
they
think
did. I think they did that to get Carr when we parted ways.
And that was a dumb move. We should have traded him. Why you just let him walk, dumbass?
Yes.
Now you're a veteran, and he wasn't a bad quarterback. It's just that the defense he played behind were lousy. So he did make some mistakes. All quarterbacks do.
Yeah, the Saints fans are not liking that whole Derek Carr situation.
Welcome, feel our pain. Feel our pain.
We told you. No.
Feel our pain. We did that for 9 years. We didn't do a lot of injuries except he broke his leg in that 1 year, but in that,
Yeah, good dude. Just
yeah. But I don't like a person go on camera and cries.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
That old movie. There's no crying in baseball. Well, definitely ain't no crying in football, unless you win Super Bowl. Yeah, you can cry there.
Someone should have went up there, but hey, knock that off. Get wipe your face.
Your mascara is running. Do stop.
Yeah. Said Pittsburgh needs to give us this year's first and second, and next year's first and second if they want to move up to 6.
I'm cool with that.
I'm good with that.
If they want to do that, give it up. I'll take it. Wrap it up in foil, man. Bring it here.
Yeah, because just one extra second will be so clutch. Like I said, if we move back one time and we get a second, that's a win, guys. That's a win. That's a second is almost like an extra first.
That's why I like that Bears situation. Because they're big number 9. So we ain't moved that far, 3 down.
Bro, they got 2 seconds. If we could peel one of them,
yeah.
Because that'll be damn near back to back for us. Like it'd be like a couple spots in between, and oh my goodness,
that's when Gentry stood there at 6 because the Bears won them. How bad you want them? Because Bears offseason, they had a good offseason. They built their lineup and stuff like that. I don't know about their defense, but they built their lineup for Caleb. Only thing is a running back. If they want Gentry, if he's there at 6, better make that phone call. Like, get there. What? We take your 9 and gets one in a second. 1 or 2 seconds. I don't care which one it is, because they're that far apart. I'm making that deal. Right away. I'm not holding back.
Damn, I was gonna say everybody in that division pretty much is locked in on quarterback. From the Bears to the Packers to the Vikings.
Well, the Vikings we don't know yet because McCarthy I never played a single down in professional football. in the real season. So we don't know what he's like. We'll see. We'll find out.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Shador to Minnesota?
No, they're too far down the draft to get him. They got to do some major training to get up there. Major.
But like the shape that they're in, they could actually afford to because, they already got stuff kind of put in place. But
yeah, they do. And they got a great coach. Made Kirk Cousins look like a MVP. Made what's his name? Like an MVP. Darnold. So if you could say we should get Sam Darnold, he had one good year. That mean we should pay him all that money.
Yeah, and we were about to. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna say this because for Sam Darnold, it was exactly that. He had one good year. We remember, like, no one remembers what Sam Darnold was before that. Like, and then everyone was ready to give him 45 or 40, whatever the hell, how many million he wanted for one good year. Now, at least for Geno, he had 3 decent, yeah, like, and it was, a lot more than just 1 year. And somebody else too, they were saying that we were trying to get, but they had one good year too. Was it Darnold? And then I forgot who.
They were talking about Kirk Cousins for a while. Well, one guy was talking about Kirk Cousins forever. Like, do you get off of that Kirk Cousins kick? No, we're not paying that much money. Still calling the bank. I still call him a bank thief because he's just robbing teams. So, like,
He said, "Hey, don't hate me. Hate my agent. He's so good."
No, you know what? If I was in your boat, I'd do exactly the same thing you're doing. Like, hey, you're gonna pay me that much money, I'll take it. But I'm not gonna say.
He's like, "You got me what?" He's like, "You got me how much?"
Well, I'm not necessarily gonna take you out Super Bowl, but I'll take the $45 million. And that's what Dunn won, $45 million. I remember saying Dunn was at USC. He didn't impress me at all. He had a good team around him, so we'll see. Because Seahawks had a really bad offensive line, and Geno Smith still threw up over 4,000 yards. Granted, he had 15 interceptions. Yeah, but a lot of those were forced and tipped. Because I did I think I didn't save it. I had a trajectory of if Minshew would play all 17 games, how many interceptions he would have. You know how many he would have had?
30? No.
Yeah, it was 33.
Damn, that's crazy.
Was 14 touchdowns. Before 17 touchdowns, like that. It was like he projected like the path he was going. He had almost 30-something interceptions.
Which should have been stopped way earlier. And it wasn't for injury. That's what stopped it. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get hurt. He'd still be there playing. Well, still be there playing.
We would have for sure.
That wasn't AP's call. That was Telesco's call. Because even, like I said, we go back to this. When he broke his collarbone, AP had that press conference. Hey, we got our quarterback. We got our guy. Then said we said Minshew's going to start. We wanted to start Minshew. And you can tell that wasn't your call. You wasn't the leader of the team. You was a figurehead. So,
well, we'll see. What's our last prediction for before the draft? It probably won't be the last. Some will probably pop up because this is where it gets juicy, y'all. This is where the trades start coming, and then people start, like, hey, what's it gonna take for you to, let loose? And then
that's when then Monday, well, by now, that's when our phone calls start to ring out the hood. Yeah, people are like one trade. They're already making offers now. They're giving scenarios. Hey, if he's there, how do you feel about, And they probably think about, hey, we'll see. If he's there, what do you think about us giving you this? They're already making those calls. Because the Raiders in a prime spot. They're in their top 10 picks. And there's some players there that people won't want.
Jeff.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if I knew Carter falls. If he falls, I'll take him. Forget the trades.
Yeah, so. I think my mock draft that I did earlier, the Niners traded me one spot, just to get up, and I got like another, I think, pick 100. And
give me a minute. We'll go ahead and talk. I'll give me a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Niners ended up getting Abdul Carter with that pick, and then I get Genty. And it was a big happy draft. Shout out to everybody that showed up today too, man. Appreciate you guys in the building. Mr. Dunn, I appreciate you coming too. Also, sharing some good knowledge and some good memories. Definitely good from Al Davis stories to just being around the guys and competing, and for the youth to protect themselves too. Never tackle blindly. Always see what you hit. Hit what you see. Yep, I really do too, actually. If it's not Genty, I believe it's either a tackle or a wide receiver. I hope it's a wide receiver. I hope it's a tackle or a wide receiver or a running back. Because, the quarterback, I'm good with what we have for right now. With Geno, I'm going to give Geno his fair shake. And I'm not going to plot the future when he hasn't even taken a snap yet. So, and if it looks kind of rough this year, then we'll definitely take a quarterback in that next draft. But I want to use these picks to fatten up the team a little bit. So whatever we got to do to trade back and get some extra, oomph on this team where we're not so light. Because we feel when we're light. We feel when we're weak in positions. Like, right, we talk about DB, but we got a lot of DBs on this roster, more than we do wide receivers. We talk about we need linebackers. We have a lot of linebackers on this roster, but there's thinner positions than there are at linebacker and at the position.
Quarterback, yeah. There is. I mean, we have a good guy because they re-signed Darnay Holmes. I forgot they did that. And he played a lot of slot when Hobbs was hurt, and he did pretty good. His stats were almost about the same, or a couple stats were better than Hobbs. So we can draft another cornerback to play slot, but don't necessarily have to. That's why I like what they did with the defense. A lot of positions there. We don't have to sign a D tackle. We don't have to sign a safety. We don't have to sign another cornerback. So it's one of the things like if one falter was okay, we'll take them, but we don't have to move up to get anybody. Offense, only thing is like there's 3 rooms that need to be fixed, and that's the wide receiver room. Running back room is definitely, and the guards, or the whole line. Period. Those one thing we really have to get some depth in. So,
yeah.
That's what I say. We got 9 picks, so we trade back and get the extra 10 and 11 picked. We can start building that up. So we're good. The draft, you don't have to do anything really. We can wait to see what other teams want to do. Because I'm sure Spot even said in his press conference, like, we're looking at players that want to be here. We're looking at players that have it up here. Best player the BPAs are good, but if we need this position filled, why get BPA just to get them? That makes sense. That never makes sense to me.
Yeah, and like I said, I wouldn't be mad because I know it's for the betterment of the team. We've needed to do this for quite some time of getting this line situated, but it's just we've needed so much at these drafts that we had to get weapons or getting something that we thought would be game changers on defense, and we need to just secure, because once we secure our O-line, we'll be able to run. We can, like, all the time management will be a lot better. It won't be just so lopsided. We'll be able to just take our times and just punish teams the way we want to.
Yeah, we got to protect Geno, give him a running game. That's all we got to do. That's what we got. Protect Geno, give him a running game. That's all he needs. Yeah, he does talk about the trenches constantly. That's what he wanted to do. That's what he did with Tep. That's what he did. Well, he wasn't GM, but he was assistant GM, so he saw what they did. They got the line together. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, the battle, all battles run in trenches because you can't protect the quarterback. He can't throw. The running backs can't run. Then you got to punt like we always did last year. And we have a defensive line. The quarterback don't have time to throw. Get them off the field. So yeah, trenches are very important. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go man, offense strong. This one. There's not gonna be a balance. Like we're gonna take half and half. I think we more offense. I'd say 9 picks. We'll get 7 offensive guys, maybe 3 defensive guys. I mean, 7 and 2 defensive guys, or 8.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I would, because I feel like our defense will be okay. It's just our offense it doesn't look threatening to me right now. Like until we can get this running game going and we get some more threats on out deep.
Yeah, we don't have a world beater offense. That's for dang sure. And throwing up 30 points a game. We could throw up 30 points, but it'll take about 7 games to do that. 30 games. So we'll see. Like I said, it might pick 6 defense and 3 offense. We don't know. I don't know. But I think they're going to make the right choice. That's why I can't wait for this draft because, like I said, this is still the other regime's team. Most of the players on there. Pete Carroll got to get his guys in there. So does Chip Kelly. And Graham got a lot of say in it, too. Because I tell everybody, Patrick Graham, Pete Carroll. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Patrick Graham didn't sign an extension when AP was still officially the head coach. Wonder why. AP's fired. Telescope's fired. Pete Carroll comes in. What Pete Carroll do? Talk to Patrick Graham. What Patrick Graham do? Sign an extension and actually get paid. Now he's getting paid more.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham have the same defensive mentality of the DBs. Press man coverage. Patrick Graham loves press man coverage. But he can't do the DBs that we picked up. You know, Wishcombe did okay with it. But Jack Jones couldn't do press man coverage.
Yeah.
So, you know, like if Pete Carroll's here, if they were there last year or a year, that guy from the that cornerback that we should have got, they would have got him because he's a good press man coverage guy.
Yeah. You said Matet and Bowers. Yeah, like I want just a different version of what we have at wide receiver. You know, doesn't have to be Tet though. You know, there are I like Trey Harris. I like what's his name? You know, there's Burden, there's Higgins, there's a lot of if we act soon, you know what I mean? Like that's what I said. The first 3 rounds has to be tackle, not in these orders, but I'm saying like tackle, running back, wide receiver. And then from there, I'm good. Like whatever we get, I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
That kid from PCU, Savion, that dude's big and can catch the ball.
Yeah, that's one of my friends' favorite guys.
We get him later on. We get him the second, third round. So, you know, there's plenty of options out there because they definitely can go offense heavy. Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. A receiver opposite of Myers. Yeah, because Myers is not number 1 receiver. He's number 2.
And then with 2, if we add 2 threats of 2 wide receivers, teams won't know how to focus and they can't really bracket anybody. Because if we get good enough receivers that you're just gonna have to have your just have your players man up.
Pick your poison. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Because like I said, next year they're going to bracket Bowers all year round. Mm-hmm. If we don't have that receiver to take the safety's attention and the DB's attention, because they others concentrate on Bowers, he ain't making that many catches, or you're gonna get hit so much you're gonna get hurt. Mm-hmm. Myers is one of those clutch receivers. You're gonna depend on him.
Yeah,
but if you don't have that one receiver out there taking the attention off of Bowers, he'll never catch anything.
And I keep forgetting the Mayer thing. It's like I want to believe that Mayer's going to bounce back this year, and and if he does, that's cool. And then that's why it would make the wide receiver thing a little bit less of a need. But I still would want at least another, and we don't know if Lockett's going to come or not. We heard kind of whispers of that happening, so we'll see.
I think they're gonna wait after the draft to see what they get. They might bring them in,
Mm-hmm.
Because we need, like I said, I'll call the receiving room the lollipop guild. We need some big receivers out there. These 5'9", 5'8", 10 guys are great for running down the field, but we need some running receivers that are big that can go 50-50. Because a lot of times, to Trey Tucker, man, like you said, I think you mentioned that or somebody else did. Every time they catch the ball, they got to review it.
Yeah.
So, no, we need somebody that can go up and challenge for the ball. Because soon Tucker gets the ball, slap. Or anybody else out of the receiving room. What's that guy? Buckman or Buckhand, whatever that idiot name was. He goes there for 2 plays and get the ball snatched out of his hand. I mean, literally just taken out of his hand. Like, dude. And you complain you don't get no touches. Well, you can't. You touch the ball. How you going to complain?
Yeah. Alex Bachman and
Oh, he's still on the team too. Like, why's he still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
He might be a good special teams player, I guess. I don't know, but who cares? But don't complain about his touches when we try to get the ball, you can't catch it.
Exactly. Can't do no more than that. What you got going on for this day?
I'm gonna go in there and what's that, Sunday? 420. Not gonna do either one of those two things, but I don't know. I'll probably go there, play some games, watch some TV.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff. I might get on a game with him later on. Wait for him to hit me up, play some warships. I don't know. Nothing. What you got planned?
I'm about to eat for real right now. Celebrate a little bit more 420 and hang out with the wifey and
Well, she already celebrated one before you got on. I heard her in the background. My wife is still there. Yeah, I heard her.
She's taking a little cat nap it right now.
Oh, I told you to watch that poker stuff, man. I'll put you out.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So this is it, man. This is the countdown.
Man, I appreciate it, man. This is definitely a good show. Definitely good having Dave on.
Dave Dunn, I put the link in the chat. Go over and visit his website. It's pretty good. He helps the kids out in his area, probably anywhere. So that's all that matters to me. Like, help the young men develop into men.
Yeah. I'm gonna venture into the coaching field too myself.
Okay.
That is this is ground zero, but that's the goal is to work towards that.
Let me put it up one more time. Go display them and put it up one more time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, I just there we go.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. That's what does organization. Good guy. He's doing the right things. So help him out.
Yeah, but good mentor to the kids. You know what I mean? Like definitely good person. Definitely hope to have him on again. So we can pick his brain some more and see, seeing what's going on with him. Shout to his team too. Wish great things for them. Hopefully, some of his players are future NFL stars too.
I hope we see wear uniforms. So
yes, sir.
Jeff, you're late. We're about to leave.
I was like, dang.
Oh man.
Shout to Jeff too, man.
Yeah, shout out Jeff. We're about to ready to hit up out of here. Well, yeah.
We had a good one too. Definitely good show. We had some part 1, 2, and 3. It was cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Anyway, Raider Nation, like I said, what? How many days? 5, 6 days?
5 days. Strong.
5 days. Till we see what happens with the Raiders. And this for this, Jeff. Oh no, it's good, Jeff. We're good. We're all leaving. No, just for a change in the draft, I'm not nervous. Not any in a bit. When McDoofus was picking, I'm like, oh God, come on, yeah, Tyree Wilson. Who? What? Why? Gruden, Leatherwood, huh? But now I'm not even worried about it. Now I'm like, they're going to trade back or they're going to pick the guys that the team needs, not the name of the person. Mm-hmm. He was a great college player. I mean, he's going to be a good NFL player. Nothing to do with it.
If he recovers off this injury, he's going to be one of the best to ever do it.
Who was that?
No, I'm just saying, like when we got Tyree Wilson and Zamir White, they're like, well, if he can bounce back from the injury.
Zamir was never hurt. He just
he had got hurt somewhere in between the draft and the last season. And so he was recovering. I forgot what it was, but he was supposed to be recovering. And then, but they were like, oh, he's a beast. He works out. He got big muscles and, all that stuff.
I see running backs that not as buffed out he is, man, make better plays and runs. You can tell when they draft him in the preseason, he can barely get a yard. Okay, well, let him loose now and get somebody else.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. But Zamir, if you're listening, do your job. Do your job.
Jimmy, if you're listening, feed the horses. That's all you got.
There we go.
There's a picture that flew around in there, him and horse with some other player from another team riding horseback, no shirts on. Like, okay, why? Why you posting that? Who cares? Maybe some of the girls liked it, but I don't care.
On them Diddy party poses on horseback.
I just saw me and another guy from another team was riding horseback bear shirt, and they're like, guys give me that Putin vibes. That's what he does. He ride horse bear with no shirt on. So no person. I want to see you get in that field carrying that ball 4 or 5 yards, not just 1.1 or 1.9 yards a carry.
Yeah. Yeah, but we will see. Or he'll be riding them horses out of town. After this next season.
I mean, this season, it might cut him before they can draft some running backs. Like, yeah, we don't need to. He's still a rookie contract, so we won't lose nothing. We just cut him. He goes somewhere else.
I think Pete wants to see because they got rid of everybody else that we didn't want, here. So he was the only one that really lingered. That's still here.
No, they got lobby still. They got a few players still there. So
yeah, we'll see.
But most of the guys are rookies, and they're not on a big contract or free agents, so they can like let them walk or you see them rookie contract. Let's see what you got this year. If you don't have nothing this year, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same thing with Kuntz. It's the same thing. They want to see, can you perform like you did in the end of that season? If you can, we'll give you another contract. All these players they got a 1-2 year contract. Only person signed 3 years is Butler. Everybody else is 1 or 2 years. So if you don't have it, we won't lose out.
Kuntz still has juice in him. I think he still has a lot of juice left. So
well, he should because he missed a whole year, so he should be fine.
Mm-hmm. He should be itching to get back out there.
Well, you want that money, you better. He's getting $12 million for 1 year, so that's good payday. But defensive line especially ends make more than that. So you want some more money? Show me something. What's that movie? Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Exactly. If you want them to show you the money, you better show them we can do. So I think they did good by doing that. Give you guys, 1-2 years. We give you money, but let's see what you got.
Definitely. Yeah. People, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And then until the next one. In fact, of course, we got the draft shows coming up. Chris, you want to let them know about?
Yeah, me and Jeff, 401 Raider Jeff, or if you know him with Raider Nation, Raider Booster Club. We're gonna start a draft show on Thursday. Time I don't know yet. You have to specify a time. We're gonna do a draft show. We're gonna do day 1, day 2, possibly more likely day 3, and just watch the draft, talk about the picks. So that's Thursday. Happy Easter, Jeff. So that's what we're doing. This week, I'm done with the mock draft. The debacle that we had, me and Jason had, thanks to Jeff. Anyway, I'm done with the mock drafts. I'll be glad the mock draft season's over because I really didn't do mock drafts before I got a YouTube channel. I didn't care about them, but I'm done with the mock drafts just to see what we get. What you got going?
When my anxiety gets up, I start doing mock drafts. But no, I'll be I think I'll be at the sports bar, but I will join you guys for the first night and probably second night too. If you guys are doing the second night, probably too, because I'll be off work and then I'll have the rest of the weekend. So it'll be a clear shot. No,
well, me and Jeff are gonna do a marathon. We're gonna start Thursday. We're not gonna turn it off until Saturday night.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that.
Falling asleep on stream, like
pop in. We just sit there because never mind. I think Jeff will explain it better, but I don't think we have a pop-up show.
For sure, appreciate
I think we'll have just content creators in there that want to pop in. So just create content creators, pop in and talk if they want. If they don't, that's fine. But yeah, Just that, just pop in.
Yeah, no PTSD, guys. We're gonna enjoy this draft. We're gonna pick the right player. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Everything's gonna be fine. All right.
We're gonna turn the tables once again. Like Mr. Dunn said, we asked him about how do you guys feel about playing with each other. He said the Raider way was we all were family. We all competed together. We won together. We lost together. We did our thing. That was the Raider way, and that's what we need to bring back. That Raider way.
Yes.
And that's I think Pierre Carroll's going to instill that. You know what? Pete Carroll's not a Raider, but he is now.
He is
He's
now.
going to bring the same energy he brought to the UFC Trojans, to the Seattle Seahawks. He's going to bring that same energy to make the Trojans the national championship, a national champion. You're going to make that Seattle made him a Super Bowl champion. Could have been a two-time Super Bowl champion, but mistakes happen. He's going to bring that same type of energy and, the same type of energy. That's all I can say about that to the Raider Nation.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys, missed the interview with Mr. Dunn, definitely, rewatch it, share it, what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of good nuggets that he actually gave us today. And we just kind of let it flow because, there was so much that we kind of wanted to get into, but, it really went well. Really went well. We really got a lot of information out of him. So if you didn't get to see it, definitely watch it, rewatch it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you guys will see us again next week. You'll see us for the draft. Raider Nation, have faith, man. We there.
We're there, guys. We're getting there. Turntable. Salute, guys. Enjoyed it. Jason,
Yes,
have a good. Enjoy your 420.
I will. Yes, sir. And Chris, thank you. Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.